good afternoon and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, we got a ton more snow. Not a ton, but I guess as it has accumulated. Look at it out here, guys. Like, seriously, this is probably, although it was over the course of like 3 days, the last time we got this much snow or close to this much snow was when we had our winter blizzard, which was like my freshman year of high school. It was, I think, more than that, and that was like all overnight. This was, again, over 3 days, but there you guys go. You guys can see, yes, we did shovel most of it, and most of it is like in snow drifts and things like that, because there's giant heaps of it from where we have, what's it called, shoveled. But as you guys can see, it is well over a foot that we probably ended up getting in total. I took these guys. Did you go out in the snow? Did you go outside? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you went out there. This is what you're trying to tell everyone? Yeah, guys, so we, as you guys can see over here, jumped in the snow and we played for a little bit. Bliss actually didn't want to do it as much as the puppies. I brought Charlie and Bravo. I put them on their double leash, and Charlie actually came and chased me in the snow. Didn't you, Charlie? Did you come chase me? And then Bravo, he didn't originally want to go in the snow, and then Jack kind of picked him up and like put him in the snow, like right by the side over here, and then he actually came into the snow. You guys can see we got decently deep, but the puppies were so stinky cute. They were like trying to swim through it, and they like couldn't like hop in it. Oh my goodness, it was so cute. And Bliss over there, she like did pretty well, but she she didn't really want to go in it. I kept trying to like coax her in to like come and play with me in the snow, because I just went out there and stood in it trying to get him to come, and she didn't want to really, which normally she loves to, but I think this was maybe just a little bit too much for her, because we didn't have her my freshman year, and so I don't think she's ever seen like this much snow before, but she loves to run through it. Her favorite thing to do though is she loves to like put her face in it, eat it, and like throw it in the air and stuff like that. So she loves doing that, but she didn't really want to go in it, because I think she realized that she was very deep in the snow. Weren't you? Was it deep? Too deep for you to go in the snow? Did you go outside? You go outside and play in the snow? Yeah. And then how about you guys? Did you have fun, Mr. B? Did you have fun? I wanted to record for you guys, but it was kind of in impulse. I was like, let's just go in the snow, and I really quick grabbed the puppies and ran out there. It was like maybe a couple minutes. What? It was fine, right? We had so much snow. It's crazy. Look at all the snow. Look at all the snow, Buzzy. It is crazy. Do you want to go outside, Charlie? Did you go outside? Did you go play in the snow? Wizzy, did you play in the snow? Oh, there's snow out there. It was crazy. Outside? Yeah, you go outside. I am gonna take a shower and head to bed. I got distracted doing a little bit more ancestry looking. Which, to be totally honest with you guys, it is not. I didn't spend all night doing it. The last like 3 or 4 times, whatever I did, I stayed up until like 7 in the morning. No, it is barely late. It's actually, I mean, compared to when I went to bed last night, it's not late at all. It's like just about 1 o'clock, which is not early, but you know, I guess I'm honestly, guys, I was not tired at all. I was like, I'm still not tired, but I slept in today and went to bed late last night. But regardless though, guys, I am doing now my great-grandpa side of the family, which is a little bit, my mom had all of this stuff that she'd already like gotten. We have a family, not a family cemetery, but we have, in the cemetery, we have tons of family plots, and it was actually, when my grandma had passed away, someone, one of our family members offered to let my grandma, you know, when we found out she was sick, offered to have her buried in one of the family plots. My grandma wanted to be cremated though, so obviously she's not there, but, it's like this cemetery that we have tons and tons of plots in, and I have no clue like if it was our cemetery or like, I don't know how we acquired all these, but it's like literally like if I dropped dead tomorrow by somebody in my family did, we could be buried there. Because like, I don't know. And it's like weird too, because like the bigger our family gets though, you'd expect like, but they're like literally giving away the plots because like I said with my grandma, they were like, you want to bury her here? Like, you know, we got room. So, yeah, but it's my grandpa's, my great grandpa's side of the family. So it's my grandma's dad's side of the family. I'd done my grandma's side, or my grandma's mom's side of the family, my great grandma's side, and had kind of not completely exhausted everything, but had tried really hard without actually having an ancestry subscription or anything like that, just finding like any free records and stuff like that online, or any other information, chat rooms and things like that where people do share and post stuff about that. So I had found a lot from that, but I was doing my my great grandpa's side, and like I said, this cemetery has got a ton of family members that are buried there. So with the exception of like a couple that maybe either ended up being cremated or didn't want to be buried there, or buried in a different cemetery or something like that, most of our family is there. So if you're doing family research, obviously it's not that difficult to figure out, oh hey, this person and this person, you know, are buried in the same place, they have the same last name, and figuring that most of that stuff out there or that way and stuff. And then even to matching that up with other records and things like that is, you know, not super difficult. Okay, buddy, I'll here, you can have the ball. It's on the bed now. You can get up here and chew on it. He walks around, guys, with this or some other toy in his mouth, right? And he walks around, and because he can't jump up on the bed while he's holding it, he just cries about it. Don't you? Come on, it's up here. Go get it. Come on. Can't see. Oh, nope. Still can't get up. But normally he'll do that about 6 times until I decide to help him. So now he's up on the bed. Anyways, though. So yeah, just figuring out like that kind of stuff. Or it might say like on even the tombstone. And too, if somebody's buried like with the same headstone or whatever, they do the like the what's it called, spouse ones, where it's like the husband and wife are normally buried next to each other, and they'll have like the same tombstone, and so yeah, so it's, my mom went there, and two from just other family members and stuff like that have done this research, had went there and like gathered up a ton of information about these people. My mom has been there. It's actually not, I think she said it's like about 45 minutes from our house. It's my mom, like I said, she has all this information, and she has like, on my great grandpa's side of the family, my mom has got tons of information both on his mom and his dad's side of the family. His mom's side of the family is, like I said, the plot, the cemetery that my mom went to. There's another cemetery then that's kind of the same thing, at least from what it looks like, where almost all of the which would be my great grandfather's side of the family, is all buried in this other cemetery, which again, from what I was looking at, wasn't that far away. It was also in Illinois, and I think it was in the same actually county as the other one. But again, it wasn't like too far or anything, and most of those family members were buried there. Well, I thought because my mom had all this research already done that I was like just gonna be rolling on the internet and like just finding everything, because if you have, like, what I've figured out is if you have first name, middle name, maiden name, and last name, if it's a girl, or first name, middle name, last name, or even initial, or, you know, and date of birth and date of death, it's super easy to find people. And the older or further back you go, it gets a little bit harder, and as soon as you cross over into another country, that is when it's almost impossible. Well, I have up until about 1800s, I think like 1810 or 1827, I think was the furthest that I could go on my great grandfather's side of the family. And then after that, I hit a dead end, because then after that, he came from Germany, and I can't figure anything else out. So, yeah, guys, from what I've slightly researched is that This actually, their last name is actually really only common in Illinois and the surrounding the surrounding countries, the surrounding states, because when they, from what I understand, is the German descendants who immigrated here. There were three, from what I understood, three brothers, maybe one or two sisters or something like that. But there was only a couple of them. They kind of came over at different times, but they all came to Illinois. And then from there, obviously, the name just blew up and started spreading. And, you know, from like just a couple of people that were all from the same family and from the same little village in Germany or whatever, ended up coming over. And for the most part, all of the descendants from Illinois are mostly from these couple siblings. And so we, like, if that is to be true and that ours is that, it would go back to like 1610, which would be awesome, but I can't connect anything for sure between those two, between this one guy that I know came over from Germany and, you know, any of the other, those siblings that I do know that did come over and brought this name here. So it's like, I'm very frustrated with that, and it's very difficult, like I said, as soon as you find someone who came from a different country, it seems very impossible. We are actually like kind of lucky because we found on my great grandma side of the family, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but when they immigrated here, their youngest baby, she actually died on the boat and was listed in like, she's listed in like the Irish immigration, like casualty deaths or something like that. It wasn't a casualty, but like unfortunate deaths or something like that. I don't know if it was a book or if it was a or if it's like a pillar or something like that, but she's actually listed there. She died when she was only like a couple weeks old, and I think it was just like of a virus or something like that while she came over on the boat. And I think I was telling you guys about this too, but because of that, that's the only way we know that they came over from Ireland and when they came over and all this kind of stuff. So without her actually passing away, we wouldn't have had any of this information at all, because they wouldn't have had documents of it. But because of that, she has a death document, so that's actually how it's documented, and we actually have that information. So like I said, there's like nothing else that I can find about any of our German relatives. I found our Irish relatives and also our Scottish-Irish immigrants as well, who were actually Scottish, and then they came to Ireland, and then from Ireland they came to Canada, and then they came to the US. Now I have German information that I know at least when we probably ended up coming over from Germany, but like that's kind of it. I also know like when my dad's side of the family, when we came over from Poland, and yes guys, I'm like literally every nationality, a tiny little portion of everything. So I have my dad's side, but again, as soon as I hit that, the relatives that came over from Poland, I can't find anything else. It's like I cannot find anything from any other countries or anybody else that might have information about relatives of mine that came over from other countries. So it's like I hit a dead end as soon as I find someone as to where they came from. So this one really cool site is actually called findagrave.com, and it actually has people that either post pictures of the gravestones and then add the information on there, and you can again kind of match it up with, it makes it easier. And sometimes they'll even say too, like, who was the spouse or their siblings or their children and stuff like that, and it makes it easier to find like relatives. I think with their website is free, and it's also probably one of the easiest ones I think to use, but they don't have everything there. Like I said, my mom went to the cemetery. She has documents of certain gravestones that are there, but they don't have them listed on their website. So if we ever go there, we can always do that. But yeah, it was just like, I was like, okay, I can't keep looking at this because I'm not going to stay up until 7 in the morning again. But I want to try and use what my mom has already done, which she did back in like 2001, 2002, when the internet was still still new. And you know, I mean, there wasn't quite as much information that people were posting about stuff, you know, during that time. So I feel like it would have been easier to find stuff now, and I feel like I'm having more of a difficult time doing that now versus when my mom did it. But she got like information from, like, she actually went to like the county courthouse and stuff like that, and actually got, like, she has my great grandma's death certificate, and I think a birth certificate, or maybe a death certificate of somebody else as well. But it's just like a copy or something like that. But yeah, my mom has like a lot of information, but I couldn't come up with like as much as I wanted to. I think I was just expecting to like have all this stuff and be able to find like all this information with all the stuff my mom has already started. And I tried both sides of the family tree and kind of came up at a dead end, which, again, not completely, but I would think I was also kind of getting tired of looking. And the last couple times I've done it, my mom's helped me, and since I had her information, I was like, I'll just do it by myself this time, and I probably should have just had her help me, because once she starts finding stuff, then we kind of start rolling, and we both kind of start getting into it. But today I was doing it by myself, and I was like, there's no way I want to stay up super late anyway today, and I also don't want to, you know, I was just kind of getting a little tired of looking. So yeah, I'll probably do some more tomorrow. I've also got my grandpa's side of the family as well. I've done a lot of my grandma's side, but my grandpa, he can, according to him, I don't know, because I actually don't have any information or like any documents or anything like that. I have stuff from my grandma's side of the family, but nothing from his side of the family as to his Scottish relatives. So we're gonna see that too, guys. Let's see how far I can trace back. And then also too, on my dad's mom's side of the family, so my grandma's side of the family, she is Polish, Russian, and Czech as well. So I can find out a lot of other things on there. So while I was actually doing all this, I was watching the Olympic Games, which I felt was very like cool, because I was like, hey, it's my nationalities that I'm watching on TV, and watching like the Polish and watching the Germans, and watching, I don't know, I didn't see any Scottish people, I don't think. But I was like, that's all like from my country too. I'm from there. Well, not really, but my descendants are from there, and I could trace them back all the way there. So I'm going to take a shower, head to bed, guys. I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.